Hi, Sunshine. Hi, everybody. Nikki D. Tans, Sunshine. Hi, Pocket. Hi, everybody. All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lulu. Yeah, I can see you. You know what? It's easy. You go in. Hopefully the music stopped. You go into my YouTube studio like I did yesterday. You hit on the little X of the name that's been blocked. But, and this is my brain. You have to make sure the screen is big enough, right? So you have to hit a thing to enlarge it, and then the save comes in. You have to save whatever you do. And I literally had to look up a little video to remember that. I didn't even write it down anywhere because I thought, gee, I'm not going to forget something that simple. Hit a save button, and I did. Oh, God, you guys, I just hate it. Anyway, I'm going to play. Oh, that's so nice. People leave the nicest comments for me after my programs. I'm going to use my toning sticks and do a little dance to what we just heard. And then I'm going to read my Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, okay? Is the music off while I'm talking? Yes, I learned a new YouTube skill for the second time. All right, because it's kind of a good maraca. Well, I call them maracas, but they're not. Okay, I know we've heard it twice. At least it's short. It's soothing. So if Maggie comes in from the UK, she won't freak out. I mean, it won't hurt her ears. There we go. You guys hear us? It's just 1 pound weight. Wow, is that it? One of my shortest songs yet. Wait. Whoa. Oh. All righty. How are all you beautiful ladies? Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. Hi. I'll go through the names again. Oh, God. Hi, Tams, Podcat, Tina, Yvonne Jennings, Sunshine. And then we got Just Sunshine, right? And then we've got Pam C, Lulu. Yes. Is that about 6 of you or so? So now without the music. See? All kinds of things you can do with these. Well, hi, _. You're new in here, I think. Hi, Shelly Seashells. Please hit the like, y'all. Is my screen dirty? Oh, it's just that bright light up there. Oh, God. Whoops. It's colder than a... It's colder than a witch's tit here still. Like, for real, for real. All right, you guys. I'm going to sit on my comfy pillows. Whoops. Now I'm so high. Oh, God. Hi, everybody. Yeah, what they are, they're toning sticks. See, this is the Zumba symbol. See, that's supposed to be a person, like, dancing or moving. Wait, gosh darn it. See? They're 1 pound. I got them in Zumba class 11 years ago when I was 50. And I did Zumba for a year. And spin core, that was with real weights, you know, where you're biking and then you're lifting 5-pound weights. And I actually tried 8 pounds. Holy cow, you guys. I mean, I'm 116 now, right? I was about 126 then. So there was probably even a little more muscle on me. But the year I was on, you know, or, well, yeah, last year when I was on Dolly Vision, I was so busy making commercials, figuring out Messenger, learning things on Facebook, and then setting up my live later on and watching all his programs and being on panel every night. And then knowing I'd be busy the next day, so I'd watch the panel back, right? And I'd read chat because I couldn't see chat while I was on panel. Excuse me. And I got an idea too if I was doing the right thing, saying maybe the wrong thing, things like that, or if I was liked or whatever. But there were days when I barely ate, barely slept. Seriously, once I was up all day, all night, all day, all night, all day, and half of the next night. And I almost felt sick. Well, I did feel sick, and I didn't do that again. Yeah, these are called toning sticks. And I have a little skirt. I've already shown that. It's not a skirt. It's a wraparound thing with little jingles on it. Kind of like a belly dancing kind of thing, but yeah. Hi, Joe. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. That sounds really stressful. Oh, you're probably talking about the weights being on the whatchamacallit? The spin core bike. Yeah. Why is there that weird glare? Okay, I just need to get my head in above the light. Okay, there. Usually I can see, and then there isn't this, looks like a sunbeam almost coming down. Maybe I'm just too high. I don't know. Whoops, that's the wrong way. I gotta come up more. All right, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean, I got emotional last night. Gee, what a surprise! But it was such a heartfelt thing from Tashi and other people. It just kind of overwhelmed me. But at least now I know I can shut off the camera. Like I used to think. Like, I don't know, like when you're in things, I don't always know what to do. Crying's okay on camera, but thanks, you guys. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Oh, God. Listening in and out, but in and out, it's freezing here in Michigan, too. The wind today again blows. I keep crossing my fingers I don't lose power. Next week, we get into single digits. Yep. We're in single digits. Someone told me yesterday we were 8 or 9. Freaking outrageous, you guys. I keep saying it, but my nose is even. It says, it's like a blizzard with no dang snow. And frankly, I think it would be warmer if we had snow. Because I just do. I think it would blanket things up and everything. See, sun shines on the southeast side of Idaho. And, oh, Pawcat, where you are, it's -8? Okay, wait, if I'm 8, I'm not even -8. Good grief. I've been in, 40 below. 40 below is -40, is it not? That's a dumb question, but now that's in South Dakota and stuff. And yeah, when I was traveling on the Greyhound bus in my 20s, they had a darn blizzard in North Dakota. And we were all getting off the bus to go in and grab a quick beer and have a bite to eat, you know? And holy crap, it was a blizzard. And I was just in like jeans and sneakers or something crazy. Oh, hi. Hi, BH. Thank you. Thank you for all the hearts and the bonfire, the fires. And yeah. So much for global warming, A. Does that mean you don't believe in it? Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I believe in it. That's why the temperatures are colder and there's more hurricanes and there's more tornadoes. There's more and everything's more fierce. The fires are more fierce. I think it was 2 years ago. They had incredible flooding, you guys. Like incredible flooding. People died and floated down the roads and everything else. I saw it on YouTube. In Germany, and then I believe France and Italy. So, you know, it's not in Greece. I mean, it's not even one place. It was like everywhere. And I think it's global warming. I just really do. Yeah. Oh, wait. Is it? -8 Fahrenheit. Well, -8 is anything below 0, right? Then you're in the negatives. I mean, my gosh, I should know that by now. I hope I know my degrees. I certainly don't know my Celsiuses. You guys have Celsius in Canada and stuff, right? I notice I kind of make a face when I watch my lives back when I drink my soda, but when it's cold, it's got more of that bite to it. As an Aussie, I can't imagine how cold that is. We whinge. I just love the way foreigners talk. You, Maggie, Tashi, all of you have your own little words. Maria G, Kylie from New Zealand. It's so cool. Hi, Lisa Schenkel. Hi, Woodrow Wilson. I'm glad you came back, even though I said I thought maybe you were my ex. We get along. We get along. We're both getting older. You know, he's getting pretty darn tired. And his heart was like racing so bad. I said, Joe, you need to get to the hospital, because he said he's never felt it like that before. And then he's like, oh, it's just this. Oh, it's just that. And I'm like, right. No. Did I pronounce it right? Whinge? Looks like whinge. Hi, Marion Ann Bays. Hi there. You've been in here before. It's just been a little bit. Hi, Just a Small Town Girl. Hi, everybody. Hi, Melly Joe. There's another one from Australia. Melly Joe. You guys just have the cutest little slangs and words. And my friend Siobhan, her name is spelled Siobhn, or it might be A-N, but I think it's just an N. Anyway, she's from Ireland. I met her at AA. We're still friends. And she's super, super nice. And she's the one that said to me one day, before I even found YouTube, she's like, My phone is going wanky. Stuff like that is just so cute. So we got wanky, we got whinge. Yeah, all the accents are great. Yes, you guys went through such extreme fires. Those poor koala bears. God, you guys. Is that just my... Okay, it's not any... Okay, good. I thought maybe I had gray eyeshadow up there. Anyway, limping around on the hot pavement with their feet burned. God. I mean, it's just too much. And I've decided after all that talk about summer yesterday, right? Getting emotional and getting pissed and saying I hope people go to hell and everything I said in my live last night. I mean, I didn't scream it. I wasn't nasty, but I actually meant it when I said it. And I shouldn't wish that on anyone. But then again, I just really think they're guilty, period. I just do. And I have for a long time. But I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to talk about Andrew Hiltz. I'm not going to talk about Hunter. I'm not going to go to other people's lives that Hunter is expressing himself on. I just don't. The little girl is gone. Unless you could say something to bring her back, I frankly don't even want to hear it. And maybe I'm being selfish, but I don't feel like it. And it's so upsetting anyway, because I have so many images in my mind from Prayer Garden and pictures and all the channels and videos, pictures, her voice. When she was in the back seat and Candace was driving to some big city and they were entering in, and Summer was asking her own mother a little something, a little girl that barely talks, and she got so furious. I'm not going to make up what she said, but I don't think it was shut up, but it was like, be quiet, or, I mean, it was just pissed me off. And Grandis was in the car too, abusive, and she distinctly knows what happened to her. Or if she doesn't know where she is, like has no clue, she knows what made her disappear. What, probably who, and definitely why. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to try not to talk about that stuff anymore, because everybody is on a big, you know what I mean? And that's fine, right? Everybody, a lot of channels, they want to discuss it. They want to discuss how shitty Andrew Hiltz is and shitty to his son and just a shitty person. And I'm just really kind of already over it, All right. You were watching Prayer Garden while prepping chili for tomorrow and seen Andrew on there again. Oh, for God's sakes. Again, so she's having him back. See, that's what I mean. They're all having him back on. He probably just thinks it's making him more popular or something. And you know what I mean? And then maybe he'll get subs and clicks and likes and views. And the thing about Pepsi is it doesn't really quench your thirst. It makes me more thirsty. I think you have the right attitude. I agree with you. Of course, Candace knows what led to her daughter's disappearance. Yeah. And then, okay, I just have to say this. Those bloody things in that bag. Right. I didn't even know about that. Rose said in my chat last night, did you see Jimmy's live with Andrew's brother showing supposedly her body parts? Let's get real. That could be real. Okay, I'm just saying. And now you're seeing this big ass panda sitting on a chair. What grown man has a panda on a chair? You guys that don't know what that sign is for? Sex trafficking. He's a fucking piece of putrid shit. Oh, God. All right. It is. I just can't, it's, I mean, we were all hopeful with people searching and looking, and my God, at least a bone a year later, anything, right? Nothing. I love chili. Chili's so good. I have a recipe called Ma's Hot Shot Chili, and this is what it is. Chunks of green pepper, not little things, chunks. And onion, and red pepper, and green pepper, and yellow. And the kidney beans drained, of course, and tomato sauce. And you can do the amounts you want. And then, stewed tomatoes in a can or whatever, sliced tomatoes that way. And then and chickpeas and a couple cans of corn. So it's really vegetable-y. And the ticket is the Polish sausage or whatever people buy that's hot, and you slice it up. Wow. It's so dang good, you guys. All right. So I got to turn the heat down a little. Oh, God. Now it's nice and quiet. Okay. Before I forget, I'm going to do the don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Because I got to remind myself, too, Why on earth is this doing this? This glare is really driving me crazy, you guys, and it never. Okay, I'll just pull it out more like this and do. No, it's almost like the light is brighter than it usually is. Do you guys see right here, the light, and then it goes down like that, like a sunbeam? Do you see that on there? Now you're craving sloppy joes. Those are really good too. Oh, they're so good. I'm kind of hungry. I had a couple bites of old dang pizza earlier, and I'm sipping on this soda. I bought food and toiletries and litter and flipping grass for the guinea pig because I just can't even. I mean, he's doing okay. So obviously I'm going to have him through until spring. And money goes fast, So maybe I'll have him put down in the spring. Oh, with tater tots. Yeah. See? Jumpers, sloppy joes. That's so cute. What are they in the U.S.? Just sloppy joes, right? Oh, don't be jealous of my Pepsi. What? Okay, now I'm being weird. I don't know, because you wish you had one or because it's touching my lips. Okay, I'm not trying to be all whatever, but that just went to my mind. Because people like to be kind of funny in here too. Spicy is the only way, says BH. Yup. What food is a sloppy Joe? It's tomato sauce, because it's got to be thick, right? Or maybe spaghetti sauce even, depending, with hamburger really all together. Put on hamburger buns. That's how I have it, and I'd probably add onion. It's like a meat and cheese in a roll. Oh, you guys have cheese on your sloppy joes? Okay. See? When you get older, your mind goes all kinds of places. We call them messy Josephs, says BH. Wow. Excuse me. Am I married? Oh, God, excuse me. I was to the same man 2 different times, twice divorced. He divorced me. We married in 86. He divorced me in 88 because we went through heck in Okinawa, Japan while he was in the Air Force. He was drinking. I was drinking. His dad died of an aneurysm unexpectedly right before he had orders to go. We remarried in 95, and that lasted 8 years, and I divorced him. I quit drinking just like that. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, yeah. And, we didn't drink every night or anything. He was working and did his AutoCAD design, and designed roads and made good money and everything. And but on weekends, and it wasn't like boozing it up and all that. It was just going out now and then. But he'll probably see this. He was kind of jealous, well, at least in Okinawa. He thought people were looking at me, and I don't know, it's whatever. But and he probably doesn't even remember this, but I have a lot of fond memories too of Okinawa, and I have pictures, very beautiful. Yeah, and I haven't been married again since. And now, I'm 61 years old, and I'll probably never get married. It's not even important to me, because a lot of times when I get to this, the wheel, I'm talking about the control wheel. When I was going through abuse and things with a couple different partners, I went to a class named called New Beginnings, and I did it because I knew I probably needed it, and it wasn't anything I expected. I thought we would just talk about our problems and, ooh, you got to leave that person, and you got to. No, we learned about boundaries. We answered questionnaires. We did paperwork. We didn't write big essays or anything, but I have all of it. I'm going to pull a lot of it out. And then there's marital rape, and there's a lot of abuse. I mean, there can be marital rape. There's a lot of abuse between the gay community, right? They're very jealous and protective, and also it's not just everybody can go through abuse, and men equally so by women, and and then there's all the different ways, psychologically, financially, emotionally, sexually, physically, right? All of it. And we were told by the head director person, this lady, so there was like me and 11 other women in a room, and it was like a living room setting. It was real nice in this building. It was on Wednesday nights. And we were told, don't ever tell someone to leave, which I found very interesting, because that's the most dangerous time. They will know when they need to leave. And by taking these classes, when you need to leave, right? but you have to be prepared. You have to have a place to go. You have to get your ducks in a row. You have to have, passports or, you know, um, whatever, all your important papers hidden somewhere. You have to start saving a little money here and there. Because when women and men are killed, usually it's when they're leaving. Yep. Or trying to leave. Or saying, F you, you're never going to see your child again. You know what I mean? I'm out of here. And the next thing you know, you're not out of here. The guy might have his hand up on the door and then he's to you and whatever, because people just go crazy over their kids. So I was never like in that kind of situation. What wasn't anything like that. I just took the classes because they were free and I knew I could benefit. And I really did. I did it for 9 months. And they had a place for people's children, down playing in a little area. And we had hot cocoa. But I decided to call the show, what did I call it? The Wheel, Are You On It? Because, I could have typed the control wheel, Are You On It? Because that's what it's called, the control wheel. But, then people might just frown upon it and be like, oh, I don't care about this or something. And people need to care, Yeah, it was. It was very interesting and helpful. Dot. See? Exactly, Lulu. Exactly. Because trust me, some of the stories are just intense, right? You're on an elevator. I heard this lady was on an elevator with her boyfriend and he wouldn't let her get off and just like tormented her in there. And it's just, I wanted to say, you got to get out of this. You're going to end up dead. But we can't do it in there. But I bet a lot of these women hopefully got out of their bad relationships. I have worked with several young men that were abused by their female partners. Yep, pendulum has begun to swing the other way these days. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. If I was madly in love, like madly in love, and the man was with me and he asked me to marry him, heck yeah, right? But it's not something I feel I need. And a lot of times, at least like in my experience or whatever, it changes the other person. That's when they become more, right, possessive and controlling and the self-entitlement and abusive and their expectations are way too high, way too often, kind of thing. All right, so the Wheel of Fortune. 12-year DV survivor. There you go. Wow. Wow. Good for you, Yvonne. Yeah, it's not easy getting out of it, right? Any kind of change is scary, you guys. Even change for the better or good change. It's scary. But if it's needed, it's needed, right? Good for you. All right, so I'm going to put my little song back on. And no, first I'm going to read Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I could end it with this, but knowing me, more people will jump in and I'll forget. So, and I'm going to, there we go. Oh, that's what I did. I blocked the light by the, okay. So these are super short, you guys. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. I started this in January. Oops. It's by this guy, Richard Carlson. Is a PhD, frequent lecturer, and consultant on stress and happiness. He is the author of You Can Be Happy No Matter What. You Can Feel Good Again. Shortcut Through Therapy. Co-author of Handbook for the Soul and Handbook for the Heart. He lives with his wife and children in Northern California. This book was written my mother sent it to me. Copyright 1997. But you know, it's one little page and it's quick, and it might help me and it might help someone else, you know? So we're on chapter 7. Don't interrupt others or finish their sentences. Hi, Deborah Ann. How are you? Yes, I'm on. I'm feeling good. Got a little emotional last night because, you know, everyone's words are always poignant and mean so much to me, you guys. But Tashi just hit a string with how she said you don't have to, what did she say? Be an actress. You can be yourself with us or something. And I was just like, holy crap. Because sometimes I did feel like I was acting a little bit, I got to tell you, on panel. I mean, I was myself. But when you know you're being watched and looked at and you're trying to be funny or you're trying to be nice or you're trying to be coy or you're trying to be, do you know what I mean? Like, until you get up on panel, you don't know what it's like. Nobody knows. They just don't. Because it's a different experience for everyone too. You know what I mean? Okay, so hi, Warrior Nun. Wow, thanks, you guys. Are you hitting the like? Oh, hit the like, please, and subscribe if you haven't. I am tickled pink. Last night I said I needed 4 to reach 1,360. I was 1,361. Somewhere, somehow, some why. That's not a word. Some way. I'm down to 1,360. But I'm really happy with that, you guys. If I could get even 5 tonight, I'd really appreciate it. My goal is 1,400. That's my goal. And I'm just elated that I had 1,000 and then 1,200 kind of before I knew it. And don't get me wrong. It's all because, I mean, it is. It's all because of the notoriety on Dolly Vision. There's no doubt about it, right? Nobody would even know who I was. Don't interrupt others or finish their sentences. It wasn't until, that's the name of this. It wasn't until a few years ago that I realized how often I interrupted others and or finished their sentences. Shortly thereafter, I also realized how destructive this habit was, not only to the respect and love I received from others, but also for the tremendous amount of energy it takes to try to be in 2 heads at once. Think about it for a moment. When you hurry someone along, interrupt someone, or finish his or her sentence, you have to keep track not only of your own thoughts, but of those of the person you're interrupting as well. This tendency, which, by the way, is extremely common in busy people, encourages both parties to speed up their speech and their thinking. This, in turn, makes both people nervous, irritable, and annoyed. It's downright exhausting. It's also the cause of many arguments, because if there's one thing almost everyone resents, it's someone who doesn't listen to what they are saying. And how can you really listen to what someone is saying when you are speaking for that person? Just a little bit more here. Once you begin noticing yourself interrupting others, you'll see that this insidious tendency is nothing more than an innocent habit that has become invisible to you. This is good news because it means that all you really have to do is to begin catching yourself when you forget. Remind yourself before a conversation begins, if possible, to be patient and wait. Tell yourself to allow the other person to finish speaking before you take your turn. You'll notice right away how much the interactions with the people in your life will improve as a direct result of this simple act. The people you communicate with will feel much more relaxed around you when they feel heard and listened to. You'll also notice how much more relaxed you'll feel when you stop interrupting others. Your heart and pulse rates will slow down, and you'll begin to enjoy your conversations rather than rush through them. This is an easy way to become a more relaxed, loving person. Okay, that's like really good advice for me. Wow. Okay. I'm so glad I'm remembering to read this little book. Oh. Oh, hi, strangers in my house. That's a new name here. Hi. Will you please hit the like, you guys? And please subscribe to me if you haven't. My goal is 1,400. Well, it's a little lower than that, but that's my big goal. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put on the pretty little song because not everyone even has heard it. It's short. It might go through twice. I can't remember the name of it. Well, I'll tell you. These are off of the YouTube library, and they're really kind of cute and quaint. And I don't get in trouble. See? I do not get in trouble. Okay. Oh, this one. Oh my gosh, Lulu. It's Akash Gandhi again. That does Lotus Pond and does morning flute. Not the AM morning, but the MOURNING. Two beautiful songs by Akash Gandhi. AAKASH and then Gandhi. GANDHI. I'm really impressed by this person or this person's band or whatever. So the name of this song is In Eternity We'll Meet by Akash Gandhi. And I'm going to get my information on the wheel, on the control wheel. All right. Here we go. A little bit sad. I heard the flute. I knew it was a Kashani, the flute. Lulu loves this. I did too. Let's hear it one more time. It's that beautiful, you guys. Let's hear it one more time. What year I was there on my certificate, see? Amazing. 2001, you guys, and that is when I moved in here into this apartment. Oh, let me get this off. Okay. Yeah. Holy cow. Wow. Wow. This is really quite incredible. I'm going to be doing quite a few nights, you guys, on this kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, now I know what my topics will be for a little while. Okay, so I'm going to read this poem. It's called Dare. I don't even know if I ever called that person Dare. To laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach for another is to risk involvement. To expose your feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas, your dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To believe is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. But risks must be taken because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The people who risk nothing, do nothing, have nothing, are nothing. They may avoid sorrow and suffering, but they cannot learn, feel, change, grow, love, and live. Chained by their attitudes, they are slaves. They have forfeited their freedom, Only a person who risks is free. Isn't that incredible? And look who it's by. Unknown. Wow. Oh my God. I'm looking at some of the things I wrote on the back. It says, if you had 10 other lives to lead, what would you do in each of them? You might be a pilot, a physicist, a monk, a scuba diver, a Peace Corps worker, a fisherman, an actor, a sculptor, a country singer, a belly dancer. Whatever occurs to you, jot it down. Do not overthink this exercise. See, this is what I mean. There were all these exercises. And guess what I wrote? It's really kind of funny. I wrote a singer, a kindergarten teacher, a race car driver. That's what I'm laughing at. I've always liked racing. I think it would be fun. Owning a cat shelter. I forgot I wrote these things. And I see a restaurant owner here. Oh my gosh. Definitely would want that now. Oh God. And then it says list 20 things you enjoy doing. Rock climbing, rollerblading, going for hikes, playing ultimate. Playing ultimate? I don't even know what that is. Playing guitar, reading poetry, painting, and so forth. When was the last time you let yourself do these things? Next to each entry, place a date. Don't be surprised if it's been years for some of your favorites. So they really, isn't it neat, you guys? They get you thinking about yourself and your own possible wants and needs, you know? I have reading, board games and cards, and knowledge on medical life. Oh my gosh, that one's a little lame, isn't it? What would I put now? I would put, well, I would put, things I enjoy doing. I enjoy dancing. I enjoy going out and listening to music and things. I wouldn't have to drink alcohol, right? I quit 12 years ago, for those that don't know. I enjoy swimming for some odd reason. Mostly like in a pool, though, not so much lakes, and definitely not an ocean. I enjoy sailing. I do enjoy hiking. It's just been a while. And I would definitely want a man there in case I slip and fall, or I could go with a bunch of people, but I could go with one woman. It could be man or woman, but I definitely wouldn't go alone. Not these days, not anywhere. I don't even walk alone, you guys. I used to walk down the street to the AA hall and walk the dog and stuff. There's too much. I've had vans stop on the road and try to talk to me for real. When I'm on my bike, but I'm on a boardwalk with the dog. That's never happened before. And it wasn't that bad or that big of a deal, but it was kind of sketchy. I've said this before, because he sat there long enough to talk to me and ask me things about myself and all this. He asked me if I was married. He asked me if I wanted to go out. He asked me, and I was just kind of no. And I think I said, no, I have a boyfriend. And I probably did then. In fact, I did. It was Darren, a guy I was seeing from the AA hall. And it lasted 8 years and ended last February. It's been almost a year. Wow. But the fact he would sit there in his van, and let cars pile up behind him, that kind of scared me. So I got off the boardwalk and I ran this kind of overweight pug dog. I mean, I would trot him. He needed exercise. His name was Pugsley. We got out of Dodge. Yeah. And then I talked about it there. But anyway, so between that and all the homeless and people even trying to sleep in our stairwells, and it's okay. I don't blame them. And not all homeless people are bad, right? But ever since this older man that used to go to the AA hall that I went to, the man that got stabbed repeatedly right up here, not on some little dark trail either. I mean, there were buildings along it. It was behind Ford dealership. It's 11 in the morning. It's not at night. He has his dog. He's running, and he's a man. He got stabbed like 30 times by this Hispanic dude that was off his rocker, high as a kite on drugs. And before he did this, I mean, I don't know, we don't know. Did he ask him for a cigarette and he was ignored? But before he did this to this man and killed him, right? At 11 in the gosh darn morning, and I've been on that trail. I've actually walked on it with my daughter and son because there's a creek back there, and I felt like there aren't a bunch of trees around, and I wasn't as sketched out in this town 20 years ago. I felt pretty safe. I really did. But yeah, my friend knew him, and he's gone. He was about 71. But before he killed this man, he accosted two different people. He punched a lady in the face up by the school, just walking down the sidewalk. That could have been me. I've walked down that sidewalk so many times from the store because I haven't all these years gotten rides from my neighbor. That started shortly after my stroke. I didn't have the energy. I think it's because of my meds, frankly. And I'm not, going to say what they are because I'll probably get in trouble. But to ride my bike up the hill and balance bags on my handlebars, and have a big ass backpack on top of it on my back. And I mean weighing me down. It's cutting into my back from sodas or something because I don't drive and I don't have a car and I've never dealt with it. I've had 2 permits in my life. I've passed the test, but I didn't get all the parking in time that I thought I needed in hindsight now. And I wanted to be all perfect, right? Because my son was 4, that I didn't even bother getting my license. So, and now I don't want it. I'm like, I just want to pay for my ride and walk a little, ride a bike, take the bus. We have a really good city bus system here. Every 20 minutes, one comes from somewhere. Yeah. I had a ischemic thalamic stroke on February 4th, 3 years ago. This February 4th. Yeah. And my face didn't get all droopy or anything. And I'm not going to go through the whole story. You probably have to look back at, I don't know which live. I've talked about it on 2, maybe 3 of them. And the only idea I knew, because I had gotten a clean bill of health 2 weeks before at my doctor, my highest cholesterol number was 253. Which isn't high and isn't very high. It's extremely high. And my dad had different 5-way bypass when he was 55 and all this. So I always knew I might have heart troubles, but I thought I'd be in my 70s or 80s. And when I was 58, yeah. Um, but anyway, I rode my bike. I had cereal. I was rested. I didn't feel tired. I had no pinched anything anywhere. And I got to the eye appointment and I took off my jacket because I was a little bit warm. It was a nice day. It wasn't all cold. The sun was bright. And my jacket slid over my wrist. I mean, you'd think I wouldn't even notice that. For some reason I did, and it was numb. And then I'm literally outside going like this and pulling and touching the skin on this right arm, and I can't feel anything. But I still didn't think much of it, but I paid attention. And then I went into the eye appointment. Now I'm telling the whole gosh darn story. And I told the lady, she's like, "How are you?" I was there for a 2-hour glaucoma eye appointment, which I didn't want to miss. "How are you today, Megan?" Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Well, I'm good, I guess." I think that's what I said. And she's like, "Oh, well, do you want to cancel? They're so nice at Vision Plus." And I said, "No, but I can't feel my skin right here." And she's like, "Well, we can cancel and do it another time." And I said, "Well," and then I said, "Well, I mean, it's just numb. I don't know what's going on." And then she said, "Well, would you like me to call 911?" And I even hedged around then. I was like, "Well, I don't know, like that." She goes, "Well, let's just give you some peace of mind. We'll call 911, have you checked out or whatever." So she calls, and the operator brings up the FAST. "I want you to do the FAST test on her," which is face, action, speech, and time. So she's just calmly, this young gal, about 22 years old, very sweet, you know, um, had me do the speech. And I was fine. And then I wasn't. I went to say something and I went, "Ugh," and I was just sick. I went, "Oh my God," I was in the back room. Oh my God, you guys, I thought I was having a heart attack. Thinking it was a stroke, not in a million years. It didn't even like register. I thought I was having a heart attack. But I had, and I've said this before, about, I think it was I said the other day it was 2 weeks prior. It was 5 days before I saw a lady out of the blue. Her mouth was drooping and she was looking in her rear view mirror and she was driving and she was having a stroke. And I'm watching this, sitting on the couch by myself going, that poor woman. God, I hope that never happens to me. And then it did. But so anyway, the ambulances came and all this, 2 guys and a woman, and they're putting the thing on my finger and getting things on my chest and all this. And they're like, "Your oxygen level's fine. Your heartbeat's good. Your blood pressure is okay," and all this kind of stuff. And they're like, "But we'll take you to the hospital if you'd like." And I had my bike and I just got the brakes fixed and I didn't want to leave it locked up there and blah, blah, blah. I said I'd have to stick it in the ambulance. They said, "That's fine." But before I did that, I almost didn't go. I said, "Well, what can they do for me there that you guys aren't doing?" And they said, "They can draw your blood." And I said, "And check for like what?" And they said, "We'll check your heart more and everything." I was like, "Okay, we'll go." And so anyway, as I'm heading out, I'm still sort of okay. But my mouth had done what it did, I mean. And then my right leg, as I was stepping up into the ambulance, because they were just like walking me out there, I couldn't feel it very well. And then I found myself going, "You guys, I have a son that's special needs. I have a daughter that's, what was she, 16? They're home. Am I going to die? Am I having a heart attack?" I mean, I kept asking. I was like, "Am I going to die?" Because I mean, I didn't really think I was going to, you guys, because I'm in a hospital, right? Or I mean, I'm in an ambulance on the way to the hospital. And they drove fast. I don't remember a big siren thing going or anything like that. But boy, when I got there, I was rushed around. And I had to take my feet and push against this heart surgeon's hands. And he was talking about drooping happening. And And it just went from bad to kind of worse, right? And then I had my first MRI, and I had to go in that gosh darn loud, it's like they're drilling, like, and you're looking at a pretty picture, and it's 10 solid minutes, and it's like, good God. But I did it, and that's when they said I had a clot the size of an M&M in my thalamus over here, which is affecting this side. And then I was like, holy shit. And I'd call my mother in Iowa, and I didn't want to freak her out. She's like 79 or whatever she was. My dad was alive then. I called my dad. I called my sister. I called my boyfriend. And of course, my battery on my phone was like barely a bar. So I had to borrow people's phones and try to charge my phone. I didn't have my charger with me. I'll never go anywhere without my charger again, like, a long appointment or something. But anyway, to make a long story short, they gave me what's called TPA medicine, which you can only have the first 4, maybe, I'm not sure, 5 hours of a clot stroke. It doesn't work for hemorrhaging. Luckily, I wasn't hemorrhaging up there, a hemorrhaging stroke. And I was there over the weekend in ICU. I've never been in ICU. And everyone was so unbelievably kind, sweet, gracious, accommodating, you name it. I literally got a box of thank you cards, and I wrote down names. I didn't tell them, of course, but I wrote the names down of different male nurses, female nurses, surgeons, the guy that did the echocardiogram thing, and all of them. And I sent each floor with their names. I was on 2 different floors. Thank you cards, because it was that incredible of an experience. I better not get emotional. Oh, and Siobhan, my friend from Ireland, she's a nurse. And she works in the heart department. And without even asking for her, I got her as a nurse on the day before, or it was the morning I was released on Sunday. I went in on Friday, and they released me on Sunday because I was able to walk, even though I was weak. I was able to eat the granola bars and take the test and speak because the medicine was working. My palm was still numb. And I asked him, why is my hand numb right here if I'm on this medicine? And they said I'd be coming in and out of it while I'm having the medicine. It was really freaking weird and kind of scary when you don't have family around to hold your hand or anything. I mean, I had to buck up, and I'm just going to let it ring. Buck up and be a grown up and deal with it. And I did. So, you guys, I'm glad it happened because I'm able to share this story. I shared it. These people were delivering, I think my ex sent me flowers. Yeah, he did. And the gal was young, and I just started telling her the story. I did. I was like, pay attention to your body. And then she told me her boyfriend has really high blood pressure. My blood pressure, once I got to the hospital, was 196 over 96, just really, really high. I remember those numbers. And then I was given paperwork and do this and do that. And now I'm on medication, you guys. And they told me 4 years ago I should get on it. And my mom's a nurse, and I called her, and she said, well, you need to do what the doctors say. But then again, once you're on these heart meds, you pretty much are on them for the rest of your life. It's up to you, Megan. And I said, well, there's the red yeast rice pills, right, that work like a statin. And so I tried those for 4 years. And because my count was coming down a little bit, I thought, okay, I'm doing all right. And even my doctor thought that. Yeah. And I was doing the Mediterranean diet the best I could. Hardly no fats, you guys. Maybe 1 chicken nugget. Hardly ever go out and eat fries. No only fat-free milk, not even 1%, because there's fat in that, right? I bought the right kind of butter, the yogurt butter, whatever. So, yeah, that's going on and on about that. So, yeah, you guys, you don't want to mess, you know, 15 years ago when I would ride my bike up this really steep hill, I would get there, and you know how they always check your blood pressure? It was always 110/70. I'm like, is that good? I don't know these things. She's like, yeah, that's real good. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, 5, 6 years later, she's like, oh, your blood pressure's a little high. And honestly, like, I was thinking, why is she telling me this? It's just a little high. What's the big deal? Is she trying to make me nervous? I mean, I'm not trying to be snotty, but I'm like, is this something I should be concerned about? Well, now I know how if it's a little high, it can just spike up out of anywhere. You really have to. So I'm on a blood pressure medicine every single day, probably for the rest of my life. I'm on a cholesterol medicine, heart, and my antidepressant. I'm not saying what they all are. I'm on a water pill, which is supposed to keep your blood thinner, right? I'm not on a blood thinner, thank God. People that have heart attacks and everything, a lot of them have to take blood thinners. And then if you get like even a little cut, you can really, really, really bleed or whatever. Yeah, and I take a baby aspirin every day, either a chewable or the kind you just swallow. And I take a vitamin D to try to help keep that C disease at bay. It's supposed to be one of the best vitamins to keep that at bay. More than vitamin C, you guys, vitamin D. And starting since January 1st, I've been literally taking my vitamin, my multivitamin, and I stopped doing that for a while. Yeah, and there were other CoQ, I won't say the number, but it's good for the heart. People that know it, I don't want to get in trouble, right? Saying things on here with YouTube. That's really good for the heart. And fish oil, incredible for the heart. So, and up here at Fred Meyer, you can buy one bottle, get one free. It's really nice. So I take about 9 a day, and I forgot them yesterday, which isn't the end of the world, but I have them right here. I need to put them right here so I remember to do it tonight. All right, so that was a really big tangent. You are too, Dot. Hi, Moon Taxi. Hey. Hi, Teresa Bronson. Yeah, see, this is all genetic from my dad. Because here I am eating the right thing, taking red yeast rice, exercising, flipping nearly every day. And my cholesterol isn't changing very much. And I remember she's like, yeah, the doctor wants to talk to you again, see if you're willing to take, blah, blah, blah. And I started crying on the phone. I was like, why isn't this working? And she said, unfortunately, it's genetic for you. It's genetic. It's, you've tried everything. It's genetic. So, yeah. I've always been overweight, but I've always had low cholesterol. Some blood pressure illnesses are genetic. It always had low cholesterol and blood pressure. You're 48. You have a fast beat, but normal BP and cholesterol is fine. Interesting. Yeah, and then you've got those people with low blood pressure, which is it not equally as dangerous? I mean, I think it is. Stop eating so-called chicken nuggets. No, not all the time. Just the kids kind of like them, right? With some fries or tater tots and some green beans or, pizza or tacos or whatever people eat. I'm not a big cooker. My son's extremely finicky. He doesn't like homemade anything like casseroles, chili. There's only certain soups he'll eat. I think it's all part of his Asperger thing. I think my son has that. I really do. I took the test. I read the book my mom sent me, and she's a nurse, and sounds bother him, chewing sounds, certain words. I mean, we're not just bother, we're talking irritate. If I blurt out like, "Hey Shaylin, have you seen my lipstick?" and he hears it, he nearly goes ballistic. Why did you say that word? Because, he thinks it looks like blood or whatever, whatever his OCD is telling him. Team Rose is here. Where is she? Hi, Sandra. Oh, there she is. I'm watching 2 shows at once. Not easy. Hi, the real Gypsy Soul. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to have a big discussion and we won't have one in chat because I don't want YouTube to frown upon anything. And ever since Team Rose lost her, what'd you do? You lost one of your channels for, was it 7 days, just over some word. Don't write it in chat, but just I couldn't believe it. I think it was Polly something. That's what you said anyway, but don't say it in chat. But I've had 5. I've had 2, and then I had the 3 boosters. And am I going to get any more, you guys? I don't think so. I might someday, but I really may not. Oh, God. Okay, so any more new people that I haven't said hi to in here? That's a really cute avatar, Melly Joe. Do you see how many of you are mods? Like a lot. Deborah Ann, I'll be making you a mod too if you're still in here. I went by all the people, most of the people that were in my chat last night, because I had a big discussion about the rapper thing. And I don't even know if you know, Deborah, what happened. I'm not going to mask it into it, but rapper who trolls came in under 3 different men, had them fight sparring with each other about race, then tried to include people like Lulu from Australia. And then her feelings were, really getting hurt because she's not racist and she wasn't even saying anything, I don't think. And then the next thing I know, he's cloning her. And then he even cloned Dolly Vision's avatar with the Voorhees mask guy thing. Jason Voorhees came in, started saying things. And I just knew that's not how Jimmy talks, right? So I blocked him, but I didn't even know this was happening, right? This cloning until I was in YouTube studio trying to make mods, and he's coming in as other people. And I didn't freak out and panic, but it was like, people are like, oh my God. Mab was in here and he was like, so, it was so out of control. All of a sudden, my live ended. Now, the weird thing is, I was in YouTube studio when it happened, right? So I didn't do it. So YouTube did, I guess, because of the spamming. But then this is the other thing. When I looked in my analytics and all these things, there's no warning. I'm not kidding either. There's no copyright or something. There's no, we had to end your live because of spamming. Nothing. Nothing. It just ended. And it was a good hour and a half, or hour and a half, but it was weird. And people thought in chat I had, oh, look, oh God, she had to end her live. And I'm in there going, no, it's not me. And I'm even typing away in chat going, oh shit. And then on top of everything, there were 2 Lulus now, right? And I ended up accidentally blocking the real Lulu too. And then luckily though, Team Rose started a live and it was all discussed over there. And Lulu came over and actually for the first time ever came up on any panel, I think, and was on Team Rose's. And so yeah, now I have a lot of mods again. And I'm going to keep having more. I've decided I'd rather have too many than go through that again. Now, he hasn't been back since. That's been, I think, 2 days, maybe 3. Today's the 3rd day. So if he doesn't hop in here, it'll be 3. But anyway, I will hop in and make you a mod. Okay. And I know you're not asking for it in here, I don't think. And I'll make others of you too, especially the ones that are the regulars or that I'm getting to know and trust. You know what I mean? Team Rose, you missed a beautiful poem. Are you still in here? Oh, see, there's a name, Barbara Warren. Hi there. I hope you're still in here. That was way back while I was blabbing along. Not blabbing, but I wasn't moving my chat up. See, that's the thing about StreamYard, you guys. Thank you, Deborah. The thing about StreamYard is you have to move it your gosh darn self. It'll move. See, it just moved, but quite slow. There's Amanda Elizabeth. Hi, I'm doing good. All right, I want to get back to my topic of the control wheel. And this poem is so beautiful, you guys. I'm just going to read it again. I hope for those that heard it don't mind. It's called Dare. This is my work and my exercises from New Beginnings, a domestic violence class that I forgot what year. And apparently this says 2001. I was in it for 9 months. See? There's my last name. I don't care. New Beginnings, Phase 2, Certificate of Completion. And then they sign it. And this one is Phase 3, March of 2002. Whoops, yeah. See? I mean, I have all this stuff because it meant a lot to me and I learned a lot. And the other certificates are in here with all my paperwork. But this is the poem called Dare. Are you still in here, Rose? Let me know if you're still in here. Hi, you guys. Let me know if you're still in here. Let me take my meds. Let me turn the camera off so I don't get in trouble. Oh, it's called Shark Cage. See, boundaries are extremely important. I'm going to turn my camera off and take before my soda's gone too. And I thought it was Sunday all day. It's only gosh darn Saturday. Hi, Mary Jane. Thank you, you guys. Are you all hitting the like? Sometimes I need a reminder, so myself, I blurt it out now and then. Oh, I didn't even put my Cash App or PayPal up. Maybe I'll go in and do that if anybody ever wants to help. Uh-oh, wait. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, for crying out. There it is. I dropped this teeny little flippin' pill, and if I don't find it, the kittens might. So I almost started panicking. But one of the kittens has diarrhea. It's Sunshine again. And I called the cat clinic, you guys. And they said if it's still happening through the weekend, to definitely bring her in. I have an appointment on Tuesday for the kitten. And I thought I saw a teeny bit of blood yesterday in one of her stools, but I mean, I knew I did, but it was the teeniest speck. Today, it was visible. And I was like, oh my God, to the point when I cleaned up the diarrhea, it's in her diarrhea again. It kind of, it's gross, you guys, sopped down onto the rug. And so I cleaned it up. I actually spent $10 on this spray that has like orange smell, and it'll keep them away and all this, and it cleans up spots really well. I called my daughter out and I said, look at that. That's blood. She's like, oh my God. So anyway, they want me to watch Little Sunshine. My 3 kittens are all girls, and they have, they're 4 months old. The one on the screen here that I use as an avatar is Tulip. And honestly, that's kind of my favorite, but I shouldn't have favorites, but I do. The blacker one is Rain. My daughter named all the kittens. And then Sunshine is the real like calico-y one, all over the place thing. So I have to keep an eye out. I had to take notes. I was given a lot of information. Because the doctor was busy, but the lady at the desk was so kind and relayed everything to me and said I have to watch for lethargy, make sure she's still, drinking enough water, because, they can get dehydrated when they have diarrhea. And it's every time the kitty goes to the bathroom. And of course, it's the kitty that still refuses to use the litter box. When he gets out, I put him back in gently. I even kind of rub him back by his tail a little, or just give him a little teeny pet, Sometimes he'll just squat and go. Sometimes it'll take him 11 times, because I counted in and out, in and out. You don't ever want to stick their little face in their urine or stool. You just have to be gentle and calm. Not that I would do that, but it does get frustrating. And it actually came to my mind, should I do it just once? So it came to my mind, right? It's not a puny kitten. It's a kitten that's 4 months old, but it's not the point. I knew not to do it, but it's so frustrating when you're trying to clean this goop up and the litter box is right there and it's clean. I clean it 2 to 3 times a day, and it still doesn't want to use it. So it's just the oddest thing, but it distinctly said, because I looked up to see what I could do about trying to, get them trained. And it said, you never want to do anything like that. I think people do that with their puppies, don't they? That's where the idea came from. I would never, ever stick my puppy or even dog's face in its stool or diarrhea. But you do feel a little frustrated when they know what to do. They have a clean litter box. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So they said that the worms, I guess, right? Because if they're bleeding, it could be worms, but they're grainy. So then I said, well, what grainy, like brown? She said, no, white. And I've looked really close and I don't see anything like that. Thank God. I don't think it's worms. They don't either at this point, but I have an appointment. But I can't get her in till Tuesday. So I have to keep my eye out for those things. Extra straining, hard belly on the kitty. I checked her belly today. I watched her go. I don't know if there was, it seemed like there was a little bit of straining, but then diarrhea came out. You could hear it. And then, but in the litter box, thank God, she finally just went after like the fourth time in the litter box. And she said it could be her GI, right? Gastrointestinal thing. And Fortiflora, it's about $40, and they give a sample there. So I'm going to get a sample just in case it clears up over the weekend instead of going out and forking out $40 or $50 at Mud Bay for something she may not need. Do you know what I mean? Which I guess Fortiflora is a probiotic. Yeah, and just to let you know, I'm kind of far away from the chat. So if I miss things people say or advice, or like I see this, that is not effective, where Deborah Ann says, you're probably responding to an animal's nose in the stools, because I haven't even, did I change? Well, I tried to stick to the same food, the same kind of meat, or is it pate, or is it extra gravy, or is it their little kitten chow? Last time she had it, it lasted 2 days. When I Googled all this info, it said if they still have it on the third day, get them to the doctor. It completely stopped after 2 days. It was regular. Oh, I was so relieved. So, you know, I was just going to go ahead and still get them dewormed and get their little appointments made. But then, boom, 3 weeks later. So that's another reason they think it's a GI thing with sunshine. So yeah, so I'm going to take my meds, hop into YouTube Studio. If anybody wants to help with the kittens at all through their little lives here with different things, I'd appreciate it. I have a PayPal and a Cash App, and I'm not grifting. That's kind of why I put it up, though. I put it up for that situation. So I will play the morning flute song since Lulu is in here, and that's by Akash Gandhi, our flute morning, while I finish this and hop into studio and come back, okay? And then I'll read the poem again if Team Rose is in chat, because she'd be impressed by it. Not that you others wouldn't be, but yeah, thank God I didn't see little worms. So you see the kitten is doing it out of the litter box. So you see she's sick. Yeah. I mean, her face looks okay. I was watching her drink water. She doesn't seem to be like overdoing it. Thanks, Lulu. All right, let me put that pretty flute song on, you guys. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's really beautiful. It's back here. Some of you have heard it before already, a couple times. Oh, it's called A Flute's Morning by Akash Gandhi. Morning is MOURNING, that kind of morning. I'll be back. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, God, I love this song. Okay, I'm going to go into YouTube Studio now. Okay. Oh dear. Boom. Done. Wasn't that lovely, you guys? Just love it. Oh, wait. How do I, whoops. Uh-oh. How do I get that one? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, there we go. Hi, everybody. Hi, Tams. Hi, Tashi. Live stream foaling cams. Hi, Halloween baby. Safe and warm tonight. I am. I hope everyone else is. Oh, I'm trying to see the bright light up there. Right there. It's driving me berserk. There. Let me see something. There. I think I'm just not used to there. Kind of like that. But I'll lower myself a little bit. There we go. All right. Yeah, foaling cams. Is a foal like a baby cow or calf or something? Team Rose isn't in here. Team Rose, come back, so I can read this poem. Team Rose, Dare. This is by someone unknown. To laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach for another is to risk involvement. To expose your feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas, your dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To believe is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. But risks must be taken because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The people who risk nothing, do nothing, have nothing, are nothing. They may avoid sorrow and suffering, but they cannot learn, feel, change, grow, love, and live. Chained by their attitudes, they are slaves. They have forfeited their freedom. Only a person who risks is free. Unknown. Is it beautiful? I got that at my New Beginning. We all did. We all got the New Beginnings thing. So I'm going to get, okay, so this is the New Beginning schedule of topics. And this is just to give you an idea in 2001 and 2002 what they taught. Okay, and what they probably taught at the one Lulu was at. What was it called? Barrage? No. What was it? A barrage of a bridge of bound. Now I can't remember what it was. Okay, week 1 is evaluating relationship before abuse. Week 2, what is domestic violence? Week 3, types of abuse: emotional, psychological, verbal, physical. Reactions to DV, domestic violence. The reactions are depression, anger, fear, and confusion. Week 5, why me? Cultural systems and myths. Week 6, open session. I guess that's where we just talked. Week 7, what about the children? Week 8, safety planning. Week 9, support systems, which are groups, agencies, and programs. Week 10, reaching goals. Week 11, bringing it all together. Now, shark cage. Golly, see that? Instead of cage, instead of shark, I'm thinking bridge. Instead of cage, I'm thinking boundaries. My mind is just, yeah. Oh my gosh, it's getting really, really flippin' cold in here again. Now I got to turn the heat on again. No, what I'm doing is almost everyone that was in my live yesterday, almost everyone except one new face that I'm not sure of, right? We'll see how many times he or she comes back. Got a wrench because A, you may need it if he ever tries to clone you, and B, I have the feeling now that if I'm like overly protected in a way with mods, he may not do all that again. I don't mind a little scamming. I don't mind a little trolling. It's all part of YouTube, right? I mean, it just is. But when you're attacking and bringing up race and nearly breaking or making it look like I'm breaking terms of service, you know, I have a problem with that. I'm not mad at him, you know, whatever. I mean, maybe I should be. But even Mab said that we have to know how to approach this situation instead of just blocking him, because he comes back in as the same person. I blocked and took his comment away, rapper, the rapper one with the little dog, that rapper, 4 or 5 different times in a row. And then he'd come in as someone else and try to skew his way around and whatever, right? And then he'd come in as another rapper, but a different avatar. And then he's cloning people. Like, I just really couldn't even believe it. Okay. 2 hours in almost. I'm going to talk about the control wheel. Okay, and this is not it. I thought it was. Let me find it. Okay. Here it is. Here it is. So anyway, you have a wrench to protect yourself and to basically anyone that has a wrench, including you, Deborah, if you're still in here or whatever, we're not going to block Rapper. I had to go through like 10 minutes of trying to figure out and talk with chat what we're going to do. You're going to hit your 3 buttons and ignore it. Just plain ignore it, okay? And if he comes in again and says, oh, you need to fix your makeup, or at so-and-so's fat, at so-and-so needs to fix their makeup, or at PCT, or PCT is annoying, even stuff to me, because he said things like that, ignore it. Because Matt said it perfectly, and I can't remember what he said. Instead of trying to delete his, ban all his accounts, we're not going to give him the attention he's craving. We're just not. Because we can't ban 1,000 accounts or 35 or however many he has. It's like I said last night, it's like being on a hamster wheel and just going round and round, and my live even ended. I mean, I could have started another one, but But it was weird because I never ended it. My hands are freezing. Team Rose said she's going to send me some gloves that don't have tips. I'm looking forward to those gosh darn things. Okay. The power and control wheel. Here it is. Physical violence, power and control, pushing, shoving, hitting. I'm just going to read it. So, the power and control wheel. Beating, throwing her down. This is the physical violence part of it. Beating, throwing her or him down. Twisting the arms, tripping, biting, pushing, shoving, and hitting. Okay? I mean, most of us know what physical violence is. I know that. Oh no. Oh no, strangers. And that was probably a while back. Did you need to get somewhere? No, I gave Lulu a wrench. Did I not? Lulu doesn't have a wrench? Hi, Mission Possible. I gave Mission Possible one. Had a warm one. Lulu, do you have a wrench right now? I thought I gave you one. For sure, I thought I gave you one. Hi, small town girl. You're depressed, Mission? Oh. Well, hopefully, I think you came to the right place. I really appreciate every single one of you that, give a darn that I'm doing a live. Jimmy already did one. I always thought I wouldn't do a live during Dolly Vision, right? But he did one earlier, and he did 2 or 3 yesterday, and I do just one a day. And, I've got to get one in too, right? Especially if I want my subs to not dwindle or maybe go up. I'm to 1,360, you guys. I only need 40 more. I've gotten 15 subs in 2 days before. I can reach that goal and be 1,400. Like, I'm probably going to freaking cry. I want it so bad. Please sub to me if you haven't. Okay, Lulu, do you have a wrench? Because, see, you guys, I can't see if you have a wrench through StreamYard. There's no blue wrenches. Is that crazy or what? Now, I want Deborah to have one anyway, so I should just go into my community right now really quick. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to do it. Oh, I don't have a wrench. I'm worried. I thought I gave you Oh, I gave, you know why? You weren't in there as Lulu because you had to use your husband's account. You're wrenched. Your husband's wrenched. I hope that's okay. That's what happened. You're not wrenched because you were Paul Lowry last night. All right. I'm going in right now and I'm just going to play the other Akash Gandhi, Lotus Pond, you guys. Okay. Okay. Akash Gandhi again. Okay, it's still going. Hi, you guys. Y'all still in here? My music ended. God, I hit entering studio on a different thing in history, and it said live ended. And I went, what? Wait. And it was stupid. Hello. Mary Jane, you have a wrench, right? I know I gave you one last night. Art Go Show has one. Hi, Art. How are you? I know many of you do. Aw, that's nice. Did the music stop, you guys? Let me check. Ever since I couldn't hear it at all on this end, and then it kept going on that end once, I was like, what the heck? Wow, my fingers are flipping freezing. All right, I guess it stopped. Did it stop? Deborah, still here. Okay, good. Yes, the music stopped. Thank you. Am I a boat person if I'm a Kiwi warrior? Says Tashi. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. It's not spent on myself. I have everything I need. I have a ton of clothes. My daughter and I wear the same size. She is taller than me though, so but pants like in the hips and everything. And I don't buy new makeups all the time, I get food stamps and rent is covered, with the help of my son. And yeah. How is the weather? Colder than a witch's tit. I don't even know where I heard that, you guys. All I know are my hands are cold. Now, I have the heater on right now, and I think I have it on high. Yeah, I do. I'm going to move it up a little closer. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, golly, you guys. And it feels like it's, 8 or 9 degrees, like yesterday when I was taking the groceries out of my neighbor girlfriend's son took me to the store, and the girlfriend came along, and he has a huge black pickup. Oh my God, just gripping the side of that thing and having to crawl up in and pull some of my bags down because I got quite a bit of stuff and I wanted to stock up in case a gosh darn blizzard came. It feels like a blizzard. The cold is so brutal without the snow. I just don't know how else to say it. Okay, you're in. Oh, sitting on them. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, they're warming up right now. Why didn't I think of that? It's supposed to be 9 degrees here in Alabama. From Arturo. Where is that? Are you a decent? Oh, decent. Warrior Nun, are you from Australia too? They don't hang outside anymore. Right. Well, he's shown his face, Halloween baby. He was on Team Roses or something even. He's 24. He's Caucasian. I mean, he's a guy, and yeah. But yeah. That surprised me. Oh, Amanda Elizabeth, you're back in here now, and I'm not sure if I made you a mod. It's pretty much whoever was in there before. Hi, Team Rose. Amanda Elizabeth, are you a mod? I know Raider is. Almost every single person, except maybe one or two that I'd never seen before. I made a mod. I just did, and I feel good about it. Are you a mod, Amanda Elizabeth? If you were in here last night, I made you a mod. If you weren't, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, that'll help. You're not. Well, you will be one. I'm pretty sure Pink Peony was here yesterday. She's probably a mod. I will make you a mod and you'll be able to protect yourself. If Rapper comes in, you guys, we're not blocking him because that just pisses him off. And he comes in under 10,000 accounts. All right, Rose. Oh, you already knew that, I think. Yeah, you're welcome, Raider. Yeah, well, you know what I did, Team Rose? I made her husband one. He was the one that was in chat last night, Paul Lowry. And I was thinking I had made Lulu a mod. No, I didn't. It was her husband's account that she was on. The kitties are doing good. I splurged, you guys. I did. And I don't know if you remember when Soots was pretty small. There's actually a sticker. I don't know about anymore. Made of me and Soots when he's playing with those balls hanging off that thing. Well, that one fell apart because it's got a teeny little scratch post in the middle. I bought a new one and put it together and screwed the thing in, and they're really funny. They were really playing with it for a while. Then they were just kind of looking at it for a while. And Okay, Team Rose, since you're in here, and you guys, I'm going to do it a third time. It only takes like, what, a minute and a half. I want to read a poem, Team Rose, a third time in 2 hours and 15 minutes, okay? Will you stay in long enough to hear the poem? Wait till you hear this poem. I think it's so cool. This is from my new beginnings class. That's why it's called The Wheel, Are You On It? Meaning the control wheel. This poem is called Dare, and it's been written by someone unknown. Will you stay in here long enough to hear it? And I know you kind of like poems because you wrote that really long, when it was my birthday, that turning 61-year-old one. My hair, it's getting longer, right? And it's feathering, and the feathers are getting... Okay, good, thanks. Listen to this. To laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach for another is to risk involvement. To expose your feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas, your dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To believe is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. But risks must be taken because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The people who risk nothing, do nothing, have nothing, are nothing. They may avoid sorrow and suffering, but they cannot learn, feel, change, grow, love, and live. Chained by their attitudes, they are slaves. They have forfeited their freedom. Only a person who risks is free. What do you think? Unknown. I just really like it. I think it's beautiful and really like means something, you know? So now, what'd you think of that? Where's the gosh darn? Oh, it's right here. So this is the power and control wheel. See it? This is from my class, New Beginnings in 2001, 2002. And I'm going to be doing some shows. I am for a little while. One is going to be boundaries and one is going to be something else. And this is what I'm going to do for a little bit because A, it's important and it applies to men and women. or I should say women and men. Can I post it on my Facebook so I can read it again? Raider says I wrote it. Halloween Baby loved it. Team Rose said profound. Risk, it spoke to me. I need to learn to let it go. Wow. This is Pink Peony. I'm learning to be authentic from Mary Jane. No, it's men and women. Says Raider. In that order. Why is my throat? Fully agree. Not hold back. We've all made good and bad choices, but they made us who we are. Take risks. Live life. It'll be over soon. Wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. I wrote a piece called Risk when I was in theater school, and I performed it. I can't remember it now. I hope I wrote it somewhere. I can find it. Try to find it. I don't know if you want to. It just came to mind. If you want to do a show with me sometime, soonish, or whatever, called maybe just Risk, you could pull out your piece and talk about your theater thing, and I could read that poem. I don't know. It's just an idea. Me too, Mary Jane. I mean, I used to be the kind, like if I said hello to someone, I'm coming down the steps and they're passing me and they just ignore me. I'm like, wait, like, what's wrong with me kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Thanks, Pink Peony. All right. Is Jimmy still on? Is that the other channel you're focusing on? I never thought I'd do lives during Dolly Vision. Are you kidding me? Not in a billion trillion years. But he's doing 2 to 3 lives, sometimes a day, sometimes 3, usually just 2, right? But his are kind of, because I'm 3 hours earlier, right? Right around when I kind of want to do mine or whatever. And, you know, I'm not allowed to be part of the show anyway. So it's like, do you know what I mean? But I watch his stuff and I watch it back. You know, and on my show last night, Rose, I was getting all intense about Summer Wells and saying people should go to hell. And honestly, I don't even want to discuss the Hunter and Andrew stuff anymore. They said enough to last a lifetime. Fuck Summer Wells, or not they, Andrew. I mean, no wonder people call him Pandrew. With that damn big panda in the back. You need to get rid of that, Andrew. That's disgusting. You're a grown man, and we all know what that means. And then I hear Team Rose that he's over way earlier in my live. He's over on Andrew is on Prayer Garden. Gee, what a surprise. There you go. Wow. Very, very poignant. That's funny. I had like one little bite of a pot brownie in my 20s. That, in all honesty, my mom made. She probably doesn't even remember. She liked a little bit of that now and then in the 80s. Yeah. Speaking of all of this a little bit, I watched Ernie Shell's like 50-minute live. Did you? It's quite interesting. He's staying with a, you know, I'm just saying what he said, right? He's staying with a bunch of Hispanics, and he's going to be working for 15 an hour in just a few more days when his quads and his legs heal. He said it was so painful having him massaged at the hospital or doctor's office or whatever, but it felt good. And it helped stretch him out so he could move him. Because apparently he's got cuts in his feet and on his ankles and stuff from the tornado hitting when he was waiting for the bus. But he's enjoying the food wherever he is, and he's going to get paid, and rent is cheap where he lives, but he's paying rent and he's living somewhere. And he said he was going to put on some boots, that were being lent to him and whatever, his size, and and go out on the town even, and I guess they like to whoop it up and drink a little, on weekends. And he's not really a drinker or anything, but he's living his life, and I think that's really cool. He sounded really happy, and he's on the mend, and I thought you'd like to know that. Now, if he's done another live since that 50-minute one where his thumbnail is a tent with like a flag, I don't know. Hi, Just Becca. Hi, I haven't seen you in a minute or a little bit or whatever. Hi, everyone. Yeah. Oh, dear. Lady stocking. Speaking of stockings, Rose, I hope you got my message in Messenger. If you don't have to, but you said you kind of wanted to send some gloves, 1 pair, maybe 2, maybe even 3, so my kids have some. If you have them, if you want, whatever. I think you still have my address. I would love gloves without fingertips like that. I wish I had some right now. If you want to, if you want to. Don't tell me there are turtles as mods in Andrew's chat. Even one. I thought they were like random other people supporting him. Why? Who knows? Can you, excuse me, can you say here who's a mod? Oh, God. Oh, God. I bet she wishes she didn't have it now. Well, even if I was ever gifted one, well, she must have been just watching and then she got gifted one, but you can't exactly give it to someone else. But nobody has to be there. Nobody has to listen to him. And now I hear he's putting his son down, saying that he's stealing Allie's rent money. That's what I heard. Oh, put it in a lady's stocking, put it in a pot of coconut oil. Oh, interesting. Thank you, Deborah. That's so sweet. Warrior Nun, are you British or are you Australian? Or are you maybe even, well, you're saying bloody, so I'm assuming you're, well, I don't know if you're Australian or British. But maybe you're neither. Possibly. Also, a theme could be how to, or tuning out the static, like certain channels out there, like his and whatever, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, good Lord. Look at you. Oh, God. Well, I had one little bite of a mushroom. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. And I laughed my ass off at on the ride It's a Small World at Disneyland when I was I 19 or 20? I think I was 19. Oh, God. Is Jimmy still alive? Yeah. I went mod crazy because it just felt right. Everyone can protect themselves. So you're gonna come in here with all of them having blue wrenches? It just feels right. It really does. And I really know after stopping for 2 weeks or whatever, I mean, it wasn't on purpose. I just kind of needed to do it, not make lives for a little bit and just, whatever. When I was in that slump, I know who my supporters are and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to make Amanda Elizabeth a mod tonight, probably when the show's over, before I even look it back. And anyone else that's in tonight's show. Oh, God. Why am I yawning like this? Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh. Hi, Redacted Static. These are the types of people Summer's parents put her around. So sad. Exactly. Exactly. She's a product of her environment. Yep. Gross. Yeah, I saw that on Jimmy's last night. I didn't even know that was happened and that was out there until Rose said in chat, "Did you see Jimmy's live with the supposed body parts in a bag?" Blah blah blah. Freaking disgusting. He's still alive, Mary Jane. Yeah. What? Who might not be pregnant? Hunter's sister or the one with the twin? His wait, is he married? His girlfriend? Oh, you're kidding me. His girlfriend with the twins, there's talk she's not pregnant. What on earth? Oh my God, you're so funny, Halloween baby. Oh, cool it out of mushrooms. Oh God. Mm-hmm. It's just too much. And honestly, they like all the attention. And I think mine was negative, but I'm just not going to talk about it anymore unless something really weird happens and I just can't refrain from it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Back to the power and control wheel. Now it's 2.5 hours and I'm roasting, absolutely roasting. My hands are cold though. Team Rose, should I pick up my own gloves or do you think you still might send those ones without the fingertips to me for me and my kids or whatever? I can get some little dollar gloves or $2 gloves at Fred Meyer. I have one pair left. And when we were bringing up groceries, I gave mine to Parker. And there was one glove with the other one missing up here for Shaylin. So she just pulled her sweatshirt. She had a coat on over that. And I'm telling you right now, about 20 minutes of that out of the pickup across the parking lot, up and down stairs and everything. My hands were so cold, they were hurting. Shaylin grabbed my fingers and just held them real tight like that. She said, "Oh my God, my hands were colder than hers, but see, I'm older than her." And I think as people get older, you guys, this is what I heard. I think my mom told me, your blood does get kind of thinner. So, and now I can see, right, why older people want to move to Florida and they want to be out of those snow-ridden places or states. Thank you, Jess Becca. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, hon. Have a good evening. Please hit the like, everybody, and subscribe if you haven't. My goal is 1,400. You guys, I'm only 40 away. I'm only 40 away from 1,400. That means I only need 600 more on top of that, which is kind of a lot, but to have 2,000. So anyway. Hi, Hippiporium. Oh, bad look, all these grown folks gossiping about some teenage kids. Are you talking about Hunter and those teenage kids? That must be Hunter and his sister. And now there's talk, maybe Hunter's girlfriend isn't pregnant, but yet she has twins. Tina or you will let me share it on your live. What is that, Mission? I can send them, but I'll take a few days, so I'd get something till they get there. Yeah, I'll pick up one little pair. Thanks so much. And it gets cold. I mean, you had mentioned you might have some for my kids too. I don't know. I don't want to be pushy or expecting, presumptuous. Oh, no, he'll wear the girl ones because he'll be in his bedroom. Girl, you need Florida or fluoride? I'm assuming it's Florida. I'm including some nice neck warmers. Wow. Thank you. Oh, wow. I would rather let Team Rose do it, Mission, only because it's a video and I'm just so sketched out. And especially videos in like foreign countries. I mean, it's probably all just fine, but it'd probably be better on Rose's, I'm thinking. She's been around longer than me, and Rose will do it for sure. I mean, if it was just a picture or something, absolutely. But since it's a little video, I don't know. I'm just like sketch. Oh, True is 7 months pregnant. Hunter's sister. But now they're saying his girlfriend is not pregnant. Who's even saying that? And then we won't talk about it anymore. Or I won't. Because it is chaotic. It's more lies, apparently. Oh, you're in Texas, Just Becca? I remember that 2021 power outage. There was chunks of dang frost in people's little apartments in their showers, right? Their shower stalls and stuff. I saw it on the news. It was unbelievable. Very scary. Oh, well, yeah, whoops. Yeah, his hands are not much bigger than mine. It's up, what you're comfortable with, team. And then the last few. I didn't even mean to like hit anything. Yeah, well, he used to, and then he moved with his dad, and God knows where they ended up. They could be still in his father's van under a car seat, for all I know. They were nice black ones. Actually, they were from my mother from like 3 Christmases ago. So, no, he doesn't have any gloves. It is always on my mind that whatever happened to Summer is possibly happening to another child. Right. It is happening to another child or even teen. Mm, you don't need my address, right, Team Rose? You should have it. Okay. Um, wow. Yeah. I meant to hit this one too. Wait, what's happening? What is it? Right here.
I'm wondering if we could have one of those little mini apple pies for dessert.
Yeah, when my live ends, it's 2:40.
Did you get any milk?
No. I couldn't get every little thing in the store, Parker, because for one,
Well, it's important that I drink milk.
I know, but I had to get toiletries too, and as it is, both carts were just like overflowing with stuff. So I'll get some powdered milk.
Does it have vitamin D in it?
Yes, it's just
Okay.
powder.
I'll get.
Well, I got you Gatorades for your, pills or pill. Um, I will get powdered milk next time I go to the store.
Is that the only dessert thing you got, or did you get any donuts or anything like that? Or
no, that and some ice cream. But I will go out there and make them in 15 minutes. Okay. All right. You tell Shaylin too. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna see if my dad can still try to find a doctor that helps with
All right.
to see if I can find a doctor that can help see if there is a way I can get my mouth back
Okay, Parker.
before spring.
Oh, Fort Worth. Okay. Is Fort Worth sounds like it's a big ass city in Texas, like Dallas. Well, I mean, I used to buy milk 2%, 1%, fat free for me, 2% for Parker, and 1% for Shaylin because that's what we like. That's what they like. But he was drinking our milk. I can't just hop in the store and eat and go. And when my food stamps are gone, I have to wait till they come in again. And yeah. Thank you, Team Rose. Thank you, hon. You have my address, right? I mean, obviously you do. Oh, it's okay. So anyway, I can buy powdered milk packets and make him his own little part of a pitcher one, and it all lasts longer. That's the thing; it lasts longer because he'll just I mean, a quart is one thing, but he'll down a gallon. He over. He has no restraint when it comes to like a box of crackers or a bag of chips or you know what I mean? Powdered milk stores better. Yeah. if you can handle like 1% or fat-free milk, and you do get kind of used to it. I mean, you know, um, powdered milk really isn't that bad if it's cold. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Team Rose. Thank you. Hey, hi. Hi, Yvonne. Are you guys hitting the like for me so my algorithms stay up or go up or whatever they do? Hunter and his women then told everyone they did not need money and that Hunter had everything he needed. Well, they felt like they had to say that because Andrew, right? I heard he said Hunter was stealing Allie's rent money. What? I'll go ahead and fix myself. We had an explosion Monday, and the next day several blocks were shut down because a suspicious package was dropped off. Good grief. Oh, yeah. All right. If I lose your address, I'll text you. Yeah. Almond milk is good. I mean, well, I only like it honestly if there's just a little bit of sweetness to it. Otherwise, I can't really drink it. Or is that coconut milk? Now I can't remember. You guys are so funny. You can actually, when they used to deliver food here down by the office, because there's so many children here, they would deliver bread once a week when the disease was going around or whatever. It was like 2 years ago, and then vegetables from a farm, and then this homemade frozen soup, and then it was like a food bank on wheels came here. So anyway, I would go down there and get a few things. What I didn't need, because I have food stamps, right, I wouldn't take. I'd leave it for people that need it more. And oh my gosh, that sounds really good. They handed out these milks, you guys, in these cartons about this big that didn't have to be refrigerated. They weren't refrigerated, but it was milk and it didn't go bad. And it tasted like 2% or something. I can't remember the name, but it was amazing. Mm-hmm. Mm. We're so funny. We're all in here talking about almond milk, powdered milk, regular milk. Make white Christmas with powdered milk. You add cofa and icing sugar. Tastes just like white chocolate. Wow. I, of course, prefer the brown chocolate, but that's okay. White chocolate's really, really sweet, but it's good. It is good. Okay. Air Force Base in Lockheed Martin in Fort Worth, too. Wow. Wow. So Mission Possible, Team Rose was depressed. Are we cheering you up at all in here, Mission? You're helping cheer us up too. Like bawling my eyes out last night, but I was okay. You know, um I just have to remind myself of what I have, right? Really good friends, warm house, I'm pretty safe, especially on the third floor. My health, I have my health, I mean, and my kids are healthy, no terminal diseases. Um, my mom's still alive, none of us have gotten the C yet, thank God. And it's really weird, like we haven't had the flu in 2 or 3 years either. But I wear a mask and I'm the only one that goes to the store. I don't make my daughter come with me. She already helps carry stuff up. I mean, if she wanted to, I ask her. She'd rather play her games, so they're not getting out that much. Now springtime comes, it'll be different. We can ride our bikes. Her birthday's in March 3rd. She'll be 20. That's just crazy to me. Oh my gosh, my sweet daughter will be 20. Oh my gosh. Wow. See, that's what I love about Fred Meyer, you guys. It's for a half gallon, it's $1.99 for a milk. Eggs were dozen eggs were I think $2.39. No, maybe they were more this time. They might have been $4.39. Usually they're just a couple bucks. No $6, $10, $12 like I've heard other places. I just love Fred Meyer. I can get my toiletries there, my food, my vitamins. Toys are there. Anything and everything you need is there. Aw. I just saw this comment, and I don't know if you're talking to Mission Possible or to me or someone else in chat. But if it's me, thank you. Oh, I know. Isn't it funny? We're over here talking about milk, trying to get to the power and control wheel. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to that now because I like to stick to the. Oh, are you? Oh, yeah. I'm on one too for anxiety and depression. I love it. So it starts with the letter Z. I've been on it since my son was 4 and he's 28. So what is that? 24 years. It's a long time. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, because I had my hopes up, right? For different month slots or whatever. Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much. That's really sweet. You're all good people too. Oh, Lord. Avocado oil, vinegar, and pink sea salt. That's to you, Team Rose. That's really cool, Melly Joe. Your niece's birthday is March 3rd. Yeah, March 3rd, 2004. My little girl was born. 80% chance she could have had Down syndrome because of my age. I was 41 when I had her. And after the age of 35, this is what it said on the paper I was given. I was in the hospital and all this. I read all this stuff because they wanted to do an amniocentesis to check, see, what do they do with those things? You've heard of them, but I think they can find out the sex, or no, they just find out through an amniocentesis if it's going to be born okay, right? not with Down syndrome or whatever. But anyway, it's 1 out of every 100 babies after the age of 35 have Down syndrome, and I was 41. So they asked me if I want to do an amniocentesis, and I said no. Because in all honesty, right, if she had Down syndrome, what, I'm going to give her away? No. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to know. And I've said the story before. Giving birth, she came out 10 pushes. That's it. 10 pushes. Yes, I had an epidural with her and my son. I fully believe in it. I tell my daughter now. She's like, I'm never going to have kids. I said, well, you don't know, but it, have the epidural. I believe in it. I just, Anyway, the nurse yells out, there's a bone in her nose. I swear to God, just like that, way over, where they have the baby on the table or whatever, and I'm laying there. I can't even see her yet. And that made me realize they really kind of thought she was going to come out with Down syndrome. I never said anything. I never said, gosh, why'd you say that? Or you really thought that, I mean, I'm, semi, not drugged up, but, just had a baby. And anyway, yeah. And she's a green-eyed, just a few freckles, brown hair, curly. She's got these natural curls, like curls. I have some wave and stuff, but she has curls. She's 5'10" now. I'm only 5'5". I mean, think about that. She nearly towers over me. She could be a model. I've already told her that. We've talked about it, getting on a bus and going to Seattle. But you have to have a portfolio and all this stuff because she has nice full lips. Like, they like models to have. I don't. I have thin lips, but I put my lipstick over the top instead of an eye or a lip liner. I don't like lip liners. I've tried one. I just don't like it. But she has full lips like her father, Mike. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pre-eclampsia. Damn it. Eclampsia is what Madonna had. I read it with her Lord or whatever, that baby girl. Thank you. I like matte. I've said this before when Rose asked. I like dry looking lipstick. I'm amazed at how many people down south, nothing wrong with it, but they do the chapstick and the lip glosses it must be a different makeup thing down there. I'm sure there's people up here that use, up here meaning north, use lip gloss and stuff, but I think the last time I used a lip gloss was in the 80s. So maybe it's just something that came back, right? I don't know. Okay, so see, now it's 2 minutes to 3. He's going to be knocking on my door again, probably. So I'm going to get to the, because see how he's waiting. He'll, he's not going to go look at the microwave for the time or the clock. He just isn't. I have to pick my battles. I've had really long talks with my son, and I've even, because honestly, when he was a teenager and he was smoking some, not around me, but with his friend and at his dad's, and doing a little partying out there, He didn't have all this anxiety and craziness. He was a skateboarder. He was fit, thin, always cute as a button. Not that he's not cute now, but having all the wisdom teeth, and then that's 6, and then well, anyway, he had 9 teeth pulled all together in one area on one side, and now his bones are atrophying, and it's called bruxism. No, that's clenching your teeth all the time. Well, whatever it's called, where the bone is like going away because you don't have teeth in there. Yeah. So his underbite doesn't have an overbite. He has an underbite. His jaw is jutting out more, and yeah, but he's down in the 160s. He used to be, when he played drums and stuff on his kit, about 4 years ago here. He was like 141. Yeah, but he had strong arms and everything. Yeah. In fact, I'd like to find a video on my flip phone and literally play, and you can hear how good of a drummer he is. It's incredible. All right, let me do the power and control wheel. So we've got beating, throwing her or him down, twisting arms, tripping, biting, pushing, shoving, hitting. I said that like an hour ago. Wait, this is the wrong one. This is not the wheel that I wanted to read about. Where is it? You guys, this is the... Wait, is this it? Yes, it is. This is it. Okay. So that's the physical violence around the outside, right? See? Pushing, shoving, hitting, all of these. I'm hoping maybe a woman will come upon my video someday, and this might help her realize that something needs to be done and how she can go about it. I'm here to say, though, when and if you leave, you've got to be prepared, and you should even make a phone call to like a shelter place and stuff like that, because when women or men out of anger say, F you, you're never going to see your kids again, I'm leaving, I'm divorcing your ass, whatever is said, right? We see them on these true crime shows. They're killed right there. Strangled, stabbed, whatever the heck. They don't even make it out of the house. Or they've made the threat of leaving. The husband's like, oh, let's just try one more time. And then they're like, okay. And they meet him somewhere, and then they're killed there. Or whatever. Or the wife wants to meet the man. Because I want to clarify, this talk happens to men too. Okay, so we have using coercion and threats. Okay, this is all the power and control wheel. Making and or carrying out threats to do something to hurt him or her. Threatening to leave her or him. To commit unaliving themselves. When that's threatened, that's a form of coercion and threats, which is a way to keep control, right? To report his or her welfare. Making him or her drop the charges on something, right? That's coercion and threats, right? If the cops were involved in the past, whatever. Or making him or her do illegal things. All right. Then we have using emotional abuse. I know a lot of us know this stuff, but sometimes it's good to be reminded, Putting him or her down, making him or her feel bad about himself or herself, calling him or her names, making him or her think she's crazy, playing mind games, humiliating him or her, making him or her feel guilty. Wow. Okay, so that's the emotional abuse. Using isolation, controlling what he or she does, who she or he sees and even talks to, what he or she reads, where he or she goes, limiting his or her outside involvement, using jealousy to justify actions. All of that is using isolation, which, in all honesty, I thought that was like the emotional abuse part of it. But it says right here, using isolation, controlling what he or she does, who they see, who they talk to, where they go. All of that is using isolation in the power and control wheel. Interesting. Using intimidation, making him or her afraid by using certain looks or actions or gestures, smashing things, destroying things, destroying his or her property, abusing the pets, displaying weapons. Okay, then we've got the using children, making him or her feel guilty about the children, using the children to relay messages. Okay, I've been through this plenty of times. Using visitation to harass him or her, threatening to take the children away from him or her, minimizing, denying, and blaming. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Making light of the abuse and not taking his or her concerns about it seriously. Saying the abuse didn't even happen. Shifting responsibility to abuse behavior. It's good for me to see all this again. I'm in control of my own life today, so it doesn't make me sad. I don't get choked up. I don't even feel anger. I've just learned and moved on. You know what I mean? And in all honesty, and Joe might see this someday, my ex, but you know, when you're drinking, your people are abusive, period. And I'm 61 and divorced twice, but I sure as heck tried twice with my ex. I tried with my daughter's dad, and he wasn't a drinker, but he was bipolar and angry all the gosh darn time. And I probably should have left him, but he left me. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, oh, okay. And then saying he or she caused it. Boy, have I been through that. The blame game. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I still go through it to this day in different levels with different people. I'm just sick of it. My son has learned the behavior now. Okay, sexual abuse. Making him or her do sexual things against her will. Physically attacking the sexual parts of his or her body. Treating him or her like a sex object. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Went through that with Melvin when I lived near Boston. A lot. Plus, I'd say he did the intimidation, saying, you'll never leave me. And then I did. And definitely emotional abuse. He never made like threats. Yeah. So, not every little thing on the wheel with the men that I've had in my life pertain to them. Not every little thing I'm finding. I assumed every little thing would be involved, right? But I'm being honest with myself and I'm thinking back, reflecting back, because I can remember a lot in the past. It's my short-term memory that sucks. Using male privilege. Okay, so this would pertain, right, in just helping women. Treating her like a servant. Well, I mean, women do treat their men when they're abusive like they're a servant. I've read things, I've seen things, right? Get this for me and do this for me now, and take the garbage out right now. You haven't done it all week, and whatever, right? So it's probably using male or female privilege, treating him or her like a servant, making all the big decisions, acting like the master of the castle, being the one to define a man or woman's role. Wow. And the last one, using economic abuse, preventing him or her from getting or keeping a job, making him or her ask for money, giving her an allowance, which I had in Okinawa, but I didn't think it was a bad thing. It wasn't a lot, but I could go get an ice cream cone and stuff when he was at work. I mean, he's not just going to like give me all his money or anything, but I did have an allowance in Okinawa. Taking his or her money, not letting him or her know about or have access to family income. Oh my God. And then on the physical violence, we'll add these. So we've got the beating, throwing her down, him or her, pushing, shoving, hitting, twisting arms, tripping and biting. And down here, we have punching, kicking, grabbing. Even grabbing is a violent gesture. My daughter's father, Mike, he doesn't watch this show. I don't even think he knows I'm a YouTuber or whatever I am, a creator. I don't know what I am on YouTube. He had to take domestic violence classes. He had to. And there was a guy in there, he said, that just took his wallet and just went like this to his girlfriend or wife, like one time with it or whatever. And she reported him. Now maybe, he really smacked her with it. I don't know. But he had to take classes. They don't mess around in this state, you guys. They don't. When there's a domestic violence, usually one of you, the man or woman, goes to jail. And then when you feel all bad for the other person, no, the state puts a restraining order out there. That's what happened to me anyway. And then I had to wait 4 whole months and stand in front of a judge and say, I need Mike home. We have a little child. I love him. He has bipolar. He doesn't know what he's doing. Whatever, right? And then they decide. The first time, they actually let him come home right then. The second time, I was assuming it, right? It was the same judge, too, a youngish guy. I can't remember his name, but he said no, for whatever reason, said 4 more months. Come back and we'll decide then. Yeah. God. So I've been through it too, women and men. I've been through it. Believe me, I've been through it. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we've got. So the slapping. So after grabbing, we have slapping, choking, pulling hair, using a weapon against him or her. All right, so we all know these things. These are things to look out for. And I don't know where all my certificates are, but here's one, which is phase 2. I need to dig out one. Certificate of completion. These lasted 3 months each. Stopping the cycle of violence. There's my name. There's the date. Sanford Dustin Group Co-Facilitator. Norma. Norma was the group facilitator's name. Now I'm remembering. And here's phase 3. I showed these earlier. I'm not bragging. I just don't want to say that I got certificates. Like, these were classes. I truly thought I was just going to go in and talk about my situation and listen to other women talk. No. So Lulu said, what is the name of it again? Yours? Will you type it in again? I'm trying to think now. You just put it up here a little while ago. Thank you, Mary Jane. Oh, good night, Deborah. Oh, you're fading. I'm fading. See, now it's 3:15 and oh, okay. I'm reading your comments, Mission Possible. Hi, Laura Stevenson's Life. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Thanks for coming by. Please hit the like and please subscribe to me if you will. I'm trying to reach 1,000 or 1,400. I'm 40 away. I'm really excited. Oh, sorry about that Halloween bit. Is that a cat? The hell? Never heard the cat meow. What the heck cat is meowing outside my door? Hear that? The cat's vomiting bad outside my door. Did you hear him? He went, wah, like he's talking to me. It sounded like a little child all of a sudden. Wah, wah. Oh my God. All right, you guys, I'm just going to end my live and tend to the cats. Thank you for coming. PCT is extreme. Thank you for all being here. I love each and every one of you. Please hit the like. Please subscribe if you haven't, even if you never come back again. Tell your friends. Help me get up there in subs like you have been. And I love you. Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.